Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom nestled between rolling hills and dense magical forests, there lived a benevolent king and a gentle queen. Despite their wealth and power, they were sorrowful, for they had no child to share their love and legacy. Every day they prayed for the blessing of a child. One warm summer afternoon, as the queen bathed in a crystal-clear forest pond, a frog emerged from the water's edge. The queen, startled at first, was soon calmed by the frog's soothing voice. "Your longing will soon be fulfilled, Your Majesty," the frog croaked. True to its word, the queen soon discovered she was with child, and after the proper time, she gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, whom they named Briar Rose. To celebrate the birth of their cherished daughter, the king and queen decided to hold a grand feast. They invited 12 wise women, known for their magical abilities, to bestow gifts upon the newborn princess. However, there were 13 wise women in the kingdom, and because they only had 12 golden plates, the 13th wise woman was not invited. The feast was a splendid affair, with the grand hall decorated in the finest silks and the tables laden with the most delicious foods from all corners of the kingdom. As the celebration reached its peak, the 12 wise women stepped forward one by one to present their gifts to Briar Rose. The first wise woman gave the gift of beauty, the second bestowed grace, the third gave intelligence, and so on, until 11 gifts had been given. Just as the 11th wise woman had finished her blessing, the doors of the grand hall burst open with a thunderous bang. The 13th wise woman, furious at being excluded, stormed in. Her eyes blazed with anger as she approached the cradle. "How dare you exclude me?" she roared. "For this insult, I cast a curse upon the princess. On her 15th birthday, she shall prick her finger on a spindle and die." A hush fell over the hall as the king and queen, stricken with terror, pleaded for mercy. The 12th wise woman, who had yet to bestow her gift, stepped forward. "I cannot undo the curse, but I can soften it," she said. "The princess shall not die but fall into a deep sleep for 100 years, to be awakened by a kiss from a prince who truly loves her." Despite this mitigation, the king was determined to protect his daughter. He ordered all spindles in the kingdom to be burned. For years, Briar Rose grew up in the castle, surrounded by love and beauty. She was as kind and intelligent as she was beautiful, and everyone in the kingdom adored her. On her 15th birthday, Briar Rose explored the castle, her curiosity leading her to a part of the castle she had never seen before. She climbed a narrow, winding staircase to a hidden tower. At the top, she found an old woman, who was in fact the 13th wise woman in disguise, spinning flax on a spindle. "What is this fascinating thing?" Briar Rose asked, her eyes wide with wonder. The old woman, smiling cunningly, replied, "It is a spindle, my dear. Would you like to try?" Without thinking, Briar Rose reached out and touched the spindle. The moment the flax pricked her finger, she fell into a deep sleep, collapsing onto a nearby bed. The sleep spread throughout the castle like a wave. The king and queen, the servants, and even the animals in the courtyard fell into a deep, magical slumber. A thick briar hedge began to grow around the castle, becoming so dense that it concealed the entire palace from the outside world. Years turned into decades, and the story of the beautiful princess sleeping in the hidden castle became a legend. Many brave princes attempted to penetrate the hedge to rescue Briar Rose, but all were ensnared by the sharp thorns and met their demise. 100 years passed, and one day, a courageous and kind-hearted prince from a distant kingdom heard the tale of Briar Rose. Determined to prove his valor and driven by an inexplicable sense of destiny, he set out to find the hidden castle. When he arrived, he found the briar hedge, now towering and seemingly impenetrable. But as he approached, the hedge magically parted, allowing him a clear path to the castle. Inside, he wandered through the silent halls, marveling at the untouched beauty of the place, as if time itself had been frozen. He climbed the winding staircase to the highest tower and found Briar Rose lying on a grand bed, looking as radiant as if she had just fallen asleep. Moved by her ethereal beauty and feeling a deep connection, the prince leaned down and gently kissed her. As his lips touched hers, Briar Rose's eyes fluttered open. The curse was broken by the kiss of true love. With her awakening, the entire castle came back to life. The king and queen, the servants, and the animals all awoke, stretching and yawning as if waking from a long, refreshing nap. Briar Rose and the prince gazed at each other, knowing that they were meant to be together. The king and queen rejoiced, and the kingdoms celebrated the end of the curse with a feast even grander than the one held for Briar Rose's birth. The prince and Briar Rose were married in a joyous ceremony, surrounded by their loved ones and the grateful people of the kingdom. They ruled together with wisdom and compassion, and their love brought prosperity and happiness to the land. And so they lived happily ever after, their story passed down through generations as a testament to the enduring power of true love.